Gordon says, hey guys, I just need your feedback on two quick questions. One, you had mentioned previously that when trying to get a rank and rent multi-city local lead gen site to Google's first page, we should not use the actual phone number from a potential client in each city because the forwarding numbers, but use forwarding numbers instead, as Google knows who owns most business phone numbers. But since many forwarding numbers you can rent have been rented to others before, don't you still run the risk of Google realizing that another business owns that number and de-indexing your site or page? I've never worried about that, Gordon. And it's funny because sometimes you'll rent a number, virtual phone number, and you'll get calls from its previous use. Like, in other words, like people will call that number because it was used for a business previous, and then it was dropped and it was available for registration again, just like domains, right? It's the same thing. So sometimes my forwarding or virtual phone numbers that I use for tree service stuff will get calls for people looking for insurance quotes or whatever, like car insurance quotes and stuff like that. And it happens, but I've never worried about Google de-indexing any of it. I've never seen that, never heard of it. So I think that's a what if scenario that you don't really need to worry about. I've not experienced that. And I know that some of the numbers I have used have been used for businesses, previous to mine, because all my calls go into a call center, and occasionally we'll get this weird message from my call center, like this, whatever the contact's name was, calling to Clara. We just got one last week. I'm not kidding. That was like, it must've been a graphic design company, and the caller was calling from a restaurant, like a restaurant owner, because the message that I got from one of my tree service sites, again, that came from my call center, the message was like, it was a lady's name, called to ask about her menu designs. And like, there was this whole big paragraph that this lady must have like kept, talking about like what she was calling about. And she wanted to get, wanted to talk about her menu designs and all this kind of stuff. And I just looked at it and kind of giggled, and just deleted that lead, because obviously she was calling a number that had apparently been, or maybe it was just a wrong number, but it was likely that it had been assigned to a graphic design company or something, if that makes sense. So yeah, it can happen, but I wouldn't worry about de-indexing or anything like that. I've never seen that.